Today we're going to be looking at an application called SolidWorks. SolidWorks is kind of the industry standard for drafting and design. To give a few examples of that, it's like anything that's been made in the past 0 to 30 years has been made in SolidWorks before it's been sent to a manufacturing facility. So the chair you're sitting in, that's been designed in SolidWorks. The car that you take to school or work or even a bus, they've all been designed in SolidWorks. So in SolidWorks today, we're going to be looking at how to make a sketch and how to define a sketch. So we're going to start by starting a new project, go to any new start part, hit OK, and now we're just kind of in this 3D space. There's no up or down or left or right. It's just space. So in order to give it direction, we have on the left-hand side these planes of existence. So imagine we have a car in this 3D space and we want to look at the top of the car, the roof of the car and the hood. We go to top plane, hit normal 2, and just imagine that the roof of the car is here and the hood of the car, we only see that. We don't see the side, we don't see the windows, we just see the top plane, what a bird would see. Now if we want to see, imagine like the headlights or the windshield, we go to front plane, hit normal 2. And this is like the car's coming at you. You can see all those details, but you can't see the back of it and you can't see the side of it. We're just kind of zooming in on that one location to see and to get a more accurate look at it. So in order to start a sketch in SolidWorks, we're going to have to pick a plane first. So we already have the front plane selected. So we're going to go over to Sketch. And we're going to add some center lines in just to make our lives a little bit easier so we can look at stuff better. So do you see how both these lines are blue and they're very movable? They can be any angle you want, they can be as long or as short as you want. There's just kind of these lines in space, but there's no rules to guide them. And while it's really good for editing and designing stuff, when you're actually making a sketch, you have to have rules to confine those lines to something. So we're going to start by, we want this line to be our vertical line. So we're going to click on it and go to vertical and see how it popped up that green button. That means it's vertical. So it can't be any angle, but it can be any space, like on the horizontal plane, it can go anywhere it wants because there's no rule defining that. And it can be still short and long. So we're going to do the same thing with this line. We're going to make it horizontal instead. So now these lines are still blue because we can move them up and down, or we can make them longer or shorter, but they can't choose any angle they want. So then we want these on our center point. So we're going to drag this point and just bring it down to here. And you see how it says coincidence? That means that point has to be in line with the origin. So this line, it can still be as long as it wants, but that point can't. So we're going to do the same thing with that. We're going to bring it over here. We're going to snap into place. And you see how these like lines got black all of a sudden? It's because we put rules in them so they couldn't move wherever they wanted to. So if we wanted to make a circle, just draw a circle anywhere in the 3D space, hit enter. See how this line is blue because we can still move it anywhere we want. We can make it as big as we want or small as we want. So say we want that circle to be, let's say, 1.5 inches. So we'd smart dimension it, click on the circle. So we're going to do 1.5. Now that circle can't be as big as small as it wants, but it can still move wherever it wants because we didn't give it any rules besides the fact that it has to be 1.5 inches big. So if we wanted to add more rules, say we wanted it, let's say we wanted it 1.5 inches from the center point on a horizontal plane. So we're going to do 1.5. And now it's more locked in because we can't move it this way. We can't move it horizontal, but we can still move it vertically. So if we wanted to give that a rule to that to lock it in one final section, we click on circle one more time and click on this line and say we want it to be 1.5 inches from the origin on a vertical plane. So 1.5. You see how it is no longer blue? Like we can't move it at all. It's black. We can't, it's locked into place. And that's in essence how we're going to make our sketch. We're going to keep making, so if we want to add some lines to it, add some lines to the circle. See how it's still blue because we didn't give any rules to it. But if we added rules to the circle, so we added a coincidence point and we can make it vertical and make that line 2.5. We locked in that line to the circle. We said it has to be 2.5 inches long, has to be coincidence to this point, and it has to be vertical. And that's what we're going to do 4 sketches. We're going to draw something and then we're going to add rules to it so it can't escape from us. And that is the lesson.